I got Carl Icahn on the phone. I want to go straight to him. Carl Icahn, billionaire investor, someone who has been very frustrated with the ineptitude of our political leaders and is warning that we all may face serious consequences as a result. Joins me right now on the phone. Carl, good to talk to you.
Yeah, hi. Good to talk to you, Trish.
Okay, I know that you are putting your emphasis and your excitement behind Donald Trump right now. Why is that?
Well, I think that we have to go against the establishment, both in Washington and corporate America. And I think he's not beholden to anybody, and he can stand up to them more than the normal politico.
Because he's not out there, looking to raise money. He doesn't need funds. He's not calling you looking for money. He's calling you for advice.
That's correct. There's a lot of dysfunction in Washington today. I mean, as I mentioned, a quintessential example right now is this highway bill and not doing it and repatriating the funds over in foreign countries.
Mm-hmm. I know repatriation is a big issue for you because, why are you leaving all this money overseas to benefit those companies? But let me ask you this, because Donald Trump, the biggest criticism right now on him, Carl, is that he's not speaking specifically enough, right? He's out there saying, oh, we're going to be the greatest and I'm going to make this the greatest and I'm going to create jobs. But he's not telling everyone step by step how he would do it. And some people have criticized him significantly for this, questioning whether or not he fully gets the magnitude of all this. You've talked to him a lot. I know that you said that you guys spoke about the tax plan before he came out with it.
Yeah, we talked a little about that with this quintessential example I just gave you. But I think it's a bit of an unfair criticism. I don't see too much coming from any candidate. I mean, I think it's a little premature at this time. He did come up with a tax plan, and I really think that he's going to have a lot to say. But basically, conceptually, I think that we need somebody in Washington, sort of like a Teddy Roosevelt, that's going to stand up to the establishment. Roosevelt took on J.P. Morgan. Mm-hmm. So, and I think you need that. I think that right now we really have problems. I mean, you can't look at it day by day, but I think over a period of time, you have some major problems in this country. I mean, the economy certainly isn't good, and that's with zero-rate interest rates. But still not. I don't think we're doing so well.
That said, I mean, Donald Trump talks about a lot of rather protectionist measures. He for example, doesn't want us to be engaging in as much trade with China, et cetera. What's your take on that, Carl? Because you're a free markets guy.
Yeah, look, I'm not saying I agree with him on everything. I will just tell you that my points are that we have to do something about the corporate governance of this country. We have to do something about the political quagmire. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're going to bring special points like the free trade, I don't think Donald is saying. But I don't want to speak for him. I mean, I'm not a political animal, so I'm not going to get into these questions. Of course, I have my opinions on them, but the things that I feel I know best is corporate America. And I think we got a problem. We got a problem with companies leaving this country, and I think it's going to accelerate if we don't do something about repatriating that money and giving a fair share.
In other words, incentivize them to stay here. Don't, send them overseas.
That kind of thing I know about. I feel that there's going to be a lot more of that going on. Many jobs will be lost. So right there you have something that government should do. Now, when you talk about free trade, I don't say I agree completely with Donald on that, but I think he has to really get into details of what he's talking about. I think he's talking.
So you want some details too?
Well, I mean, on that, I mean, it's over a year away. I mean, we're going to get a lot of details, and I think Donald is basically saying that. Hey, if they have duties on us, we should have duties on them. You should be quid pro quo, that type of thing.
Why do you like him the most? I mean, Carla Fiorina, she's got a business background.
Look, I really don't think Carla can beat the Democrats. I think they're going to pull out all the stuff on Hewlett-Packard and all the stuff on Lucent, and they're going to have some. She has to really address them, and I don't think she has. When you do look at a candidate when you go into the general election is going to be tough, right? And there's going to.
Yeah, but I mean, look, Donald Trump, he's filed for bankruptcy, his company, multiple times.
In fairness, Donald hasn't answered that, right? I mean, he says, look, I've done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of deals, and some of my companies have filed. But almost everybody in business, if you've done hundreds and hundreds of deals, I've had companies that have gone bankrupt. I mean,
you've done business with him in Atlantic City. What was that like?
We really didn't do very much. I've never really done very much business with Donald. I mean, we were involved in the same company, Taj Mahal, at one point. But I never, I've known him for years. I mean, and I find him to be, look, as far as talking to me about business and whatever, he's been very reputable. But I never really have gotten into any deals with Donald to speak of. So I can't speak to that.